Here we take a look at the data table in Excel. So let's say I add a tax column here. I say tax is 20%. I then drag the formulas to the rest of the rows. Now you don't have to drag the formulas if you use a data table. Let's see how to use the data table. So Ctrl T. So you can click anywhere within this data range, and then you say Ctrl T. It brings up the create table option. You can also go to insert table. It will take you to the same screen. It's a create table. Based on that range, I'll say that my table has headers, so the first row contains headers. I'll say OK. So now you see it has created a table, and you have this table design option on the ribbon. I'll go to tax. The moment I add a tax column, it makes it part of the data table. Okay, is equal to, you see, it recognizes it by a different syntax now. Also multiply 20%. So it automatically adds the values to all the rows in the table. You can even go to the table design tab. Then you can click on the total row option. Click on the total row option and it will give you the total as well instantly. Here's the table. To filter data, you would go here and choose from the various options. Say if I choose marketing, I would just select marketing, do this. Again, if I have to change, I have to go back and select something else. There's a better way to filter if you are using the table object. Insert the slicer instead. Go to table design and click on insert slicer. Choose the column on which you want to filter. I'll select department. It gives me the various options of department as buttons on the screen. You can select which department you want to filter on. Click finance, it filters on finance. Click HR, it filters on HR. Use control button to click multiple departments. So with the slicer, you get dashboard in seconds. To remove the slicer, just right click, then say remove department, or you can use the delete button. Here's a simple chart based on a normal salary range. I'll add a new row of data. So you see the chart does not change. It does not reflect the new data. What I'll do is I'll convert this range into a table. So I'll convert this range into a table. I'll say Ctrl T. OK. Now I'll make the chart based on the salary range. Now I will add a new row of data to the table. You see it has added a new bar now, showing the salary 25,000, which is lower than the other salaries. So the chart instantly updates to include the new bar. This is how you create dynamic charts using tables in Excel.
So under table design, you can also choose table styles, which includes various color combinations. So feel free to choose one of them. But just remember that don't go overboard with the decoration thing. Do not choose styles just because they look fancy. If numbers are hard to read, you should probably change the style. Under table design, you will also find other options such as banded rows and banded columns. You see here you have bands wherein you have light blue and then you have another row which is white. Those are bands. You can remove it here if you don't like it. Same goes for columns. The tables are great for working with data, but you don't have to use them everywhere. Tables are not universal. Now if you want report kind of layouts where you have to merge cells or you need to do custom formatting such as custom headings or blank rows, table is not really suited for that. So use table for data, not really for design. Tables are great for organizing data. Use Excel tables to organize and analyze data more efficiently by using its special features. So that's all in this video. Thanks for watching the video.
Subscribe for more tips.